Imagine someone asks you a simple question. Where did this Bitcoin come from? Could you show them the answer? Not from memory, but with actual records? Crypto can move through an exchange, a private wallet, another wallet, DeFi, and eventually back to a regulated platform. Years later, the blockchain may still show the transactions. But the blockchain does not explain why you made them, which wallets were yours, or what happened between those steps. This is the blind spot. The blockchain can show that transactions happened, but it does not explain why you made them, which wallets were yours, or what happened between those steps. Data is not the same as the story behind the data. Now let's look at a real example. This screen comes from a Bytnex account, but the lesson goes beyond Bytnex. It shows the kind of internal record many users already have: dates, contract details, balances, and account information. That is worth documenting, because it preserves the starting point of the story. But this is still an internal platform record, not yet on-chain proof. Next comes the withdrawal request. Here we can see the amount, the destination Bitcoin address, and the payout details inside the platform. This is important because it documents what was requested and where the funds were supposed to go. If you have a screen like this, save it. But this is still a platform record. To confirm that the Bitcoin actually moved on-chain, we need the transaction ID. Now we have something different, a transaction ID or TxID. This is the reference we can take outside the platform and check on the public Bitcoin blockchain. The platform says the withdrawal was successful. The TxID lets us verify the transaction independently. Now we can see the transaction on the public blockchain. The transaction is confirmed, and the destination address appears in the output list. Notice the important difference. The blockchain proves that the transaction happened. It does not prove who owns every address or why the transfer was made. Now we can see the transaction on the public blockchain. It is confirmed, and the destination address appears in the output list. That means we are no longer looking only at the platform's internal record. We are looking at an on-chain transaction that can be independently checked. But the blockchain still does not tell the full human story. It shows that the transfer happened, not why it happened, or who owns every address involved. And this is the final visual link. The same address pattern appears again here, so we can connect the platform record, the TxID, and the blockchain output. That is how a transaction story becomes traceable. So what is still missing? You're part of the record. Years later, the blockchain may still be there. The platform may still have some of its own records. But if you did not save your side of the story, that missing context becomes your problem. And this is why you should take documentation seriously. This is not just theory anymore. In the European Union, when a crypto transfer to or from a self-hosted wallet exceeds 1,000 euros, a regulated crypto service provider may be required to verify that the wallet address is actually owned or controlled by its client. And from 2026, DAC8 has added another layer. Reporting crypto asset service providers are collecting data on reportable transactions for EU resident users, with the first reporting cycle following in 2027. These are different rules, but they point in the same direction. More transaction data is being connected, checked, and reported. And this is not only a European trend. International crypto reporting under CARF is expanding across dozens of jurisdictions, although each country follows its own timetable and rules. So keeping your own records is no longer just good housekeeping. It is practical protection. Before you close this video, check these 5 things. Do I have the original platform record? Did I save the withdrawal details? Do I have the TxID? Can I identify the destination wallet? Did I write down why the transfer happened? The blockchain may remember the transaction, but will you remember the story behind it? If an exchange asked you tomorrow where your Bitcoin came from, could you prove it in 5 minutes?